Today I got dressed to go out. I'm not sure what happened, but I usually get dressed in the morning as I get dressed for work. I would normally, if I'm going out in the evening, I would dress up properly to go out in the evening because nowadays I don't know what's going on with my mood. But yes, my mornings are the best. I'm going to work. I would dress up, put everything together, put myself together, and then go to work. So after work, I'm still dressed. So I would go, I'm still psyched. But today being Friday, it didn't quite work that way. It didn't quite work that way. So in terms of self-care, my self-care routine is pretty basic as I've been taught as a child. You have a shower in the morning, the personal care, the dressing up, definitely dressing up. The first thing I do actually in the morning, I make my bed. That's the first task I do. Actually, yeah, apart from running to the toilet to pee, but that's the first task I do in the morning is to make my bed. I went to a boarding school, so it's in me to make my bed once I've woken up. Um, I make my bed. Yes, it's something I do. I've always do. I enjoy doing it every morning. I make my bed, and I enjoy using only white sheets. That's why I love hotels. I love the white sheets, white pillowcases. So that's just me. But yeah, first thing I do in terms of my self care, I make my bed. I do my personal care, and then I dress up. I work from home, but I am fully dressed working from home. I am today, as I was intending to go out later this evening, I have my eyelashes on. I complete makeup because it motivates me to go out. But obviously today was a no show for myself. I cancelled dinner. But anyway, yeah, my personal care for the day starts with me in the morning by making my bed. What do you do for personal care? What is the first thing you do aside from running to the loo like I do? But what is the first thing you do for personal care every day? Come rain, come sunshine, you just do it. I don't know. I cannot leave. I cannot leave. Go and take a shower without making my bed. My bed, I make it every morning. Uh, Whether I come back to bed or not, which is very unlikely, but I will make my bed every morning. I went to a boarding school. You make your bed every morning. It is me. It is what I do. I enjoy it thoroughly. My room is always tidy. Yeah, yeah, my room is always tidy. Um, yeah, yeah. But I am also highly motivated. Once I've taken care of myself, dressed up, worn my makeup if I have to, if I choose to. It's not every day nowadays. But I'm also very motivated, those things I do in the morning motivates me. The making of the bed, the going to the shower, the dressing up, choosing what to wear. Those are my, those things motivate me. Thinking what I'm going to wear in terms of what the weather's like and if I'm going to leave the house. Yes, I have never been in bed thinking, oh, I don't want to get up. I've not been there yet. I kind of try to force myself to stay in bed a bit longer, even at the weekends. Even if I'm not going anywhere at the weekend, even if I have no plans, I will go for a walk. I am that type of person. I am. I will not spend 3 days in bed. No, I can't. I just the thought of it makes me uncomfortable. No, I will always have a shower, make my bed, even if I'm not going anywhere. I can come back to bed. Very unlikely. I will go for a walk. I will go and have breakfast outside. I will do something to keep myself busy. I will think of some random place that I want to go to. That's just me. I would just think of it. I'm like, okay, I've got so much time on my hand. Okay, I'll just think of some random. Or I would then decide not to drive, then to walk to that random place. Yeah, I'm that type of person. I would just decide to walk to that place, or take a bus that would take me so far away, because I'm not in a rush to do anything. So I'll just take my time. Um, yeah, that's what I do. But I won't be in one place. I don't know what it's called. I'm sure there's something. Yeah, I'm sure it's called something where I just can't stay in one place doing nothing. And that's just me. I've come to terms with that ages ago. That is just how I am. I cannot say, oh, I have nothing to do. A bit like this blog. Not blog, I write blogs normally. A bit like this podcast that I've decided to do. Okay, again, something to do, something to fill up my time, something to I am very creative, and but realize I must be, um how do I get the bug for sewing, I get the bug for writing a blog, I get the bug. Now the bug is on the podcast. Let's do a podcast. And I'm a coach, I'm coaching, so let's do some coaching podcast kind of thing. But yes, I'm very always doing something. Never a dull moment is what some of my childhood friends call me. Is a nickname I have. Never a dull moment. Um, yes, but I'm always doing something. There's never a doom and gloom with me. No, 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 no. I try so hard not to be in that situation because it's a slippery slope for me. So I guess everything I do as part of my care for myself is exactly what I'm describing. Just making my days busy. Making my days busy. So today is a Friday, 22nd. So I'm deciding now, rather than wake up so early in the morning that I'm going to the supermarket, I'm just going to go to the supermarket tonight. That's what I'm going to do. At 10 o'clock tonight, the supermarket closes at midnight. So at 10 o'clock, I am going to drive my car to the supermarket and have a wander around and kind of get a list together, get my things together. Yeah, my daughter just asking me when I'm going to Asda. 10 o'clock is when I'm going to Asda. Yes. It's a very big supermarket. I'm just going to wander around and pick things up so that I don't need to do that first thing tomorrow morning. What I can then do tomorrow morning is go for a very long walk. I'll see if I can do a 10-kilometer walk tomorrow. And that's how I'm going to end my day today. Tell me what you do for your self-care on a typical day like a Friday. One thing I really hate that pissed me off this morning is these phone calls from family and friends that don't live in the same country. More specifically, they are Nigerians who live in Nigeria. What is this with waking up so early in the morning? And you're talking about 6 o'clock. Somebody has woken up and are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and calling somebody else in another country at 6 o'clock in the morning. Who does that? Who wakes up in the morning and starts calling somebody repeatedly? It's not an emergency. So the call came in. I don't know what time the call came in, but the call came in. It was too early for me because I was still sleeping. And unlike me, I didn't turn off the volume to my phone. And the call came and woke me up in the morning. And they rang me. It must have rang the first time. And then went off. And they called again. Now, it's not just the call coming in, right? The call's coming in on WhatsApp. The call's coming in on WhatsApp. And the call's not clear. So I have someone who's my friend on the phone calling me on WhatsApp 7 o'clock in the morning, asking me for a number. I finally gathered because they rang like 3 times. The line was definitely not going, like not very clear. So they kind of clocked on and took it upon themselves to send me a voice note. Then I listened to the voice note. And the voice note simply said, he wanted the number of my friend. I mean, who does that? 6, 7 in the morning, phoning somebody for a number. You could have just sent me your text that I can read in my time. You could have sent this voice note that I would listen to in my time when I'm wide awake. But no, you woke me up from sleep. Then obviously you couldn't talk to me because the line wasn't clear. And then you sent me a voice note, which I then understood. I then sent you the number, but now I'm wide awake. I couldn't go back to sleep. Obviously, it's morning. And I've woken up with a headache because I'm waking up when I'm not ready to wake up. Please, could we stop doing that? This is 2024. I did send my friend a message. Actually, did I send it yet? Can't remember. Anyway, I need to send him a message to say, don't do that again, please. It's not an emergency. Trying to get someone's phone number. You could have sent me a message the night before. Or sent me a message, sent me a voice note. But don't phone me for those nonsense. It's ridiculous. I was so peed off this morning. You know? Oh, gosh. Anyway, there people, just don't be calling. Don't do that. It's not that important. So during the day, I have this habit to go for a walk. If the weather permits, I tend to go for a walk in the afternoon. For several reasons. One, I hate being cooped up in a place. I work from home. Doesn't mean I have to be at home 24/7. So I tend to factor it into my day to go for a walk during the day. I kind of give myself an incentive to have a nice cup of mocha from my favorite coffee shop. So that's what I tend to do. That's kind of like my midday routine. Go for a walk and that's it. It's freezing cold out there, so no, I haven't been for a walk today. I did pop out to the shops around the corner, but that's about it. I don't think that's a walk at all. I will try and do something tomorrow. I had all intentions this morning to go to the sauna. I had all intentions this morning to go for a walk. Yes, that's what they remain, intentions, quite frankly. Nothing has happened. I had my shower, did my regular self-care for morning routine, making of beds, but I haven't moved. I haven't moved much. But I hope to do tomorrow. But anyway, generally, regularly, when it's not freezing cold, I try to get out and about. Okay? So I'm very cautious. I haven't been anywhere today, so tomorrow I'll make it a point of my duty to go for a walk. So my question really is, what are your habits in the midday, like midday habits in the midday? What are your habits at midday? What self-care habits do you have that you regularly do during midday? I mean, I asked one for the morning, but even during midday, what are your self-care habits? Do you have something you routinely do, no matter where you are in the world? My night routine has changed significantly post-COVID. I'm telling you, my night routine now, do I actually have a night routine? I guess I do. What do I do? After dinner, brush teeth and stuff like that, and I'm in bed. I can be lying in bed from as early as, I find some days, 7 o'clock till about 3 a.m. Lying in bed, doing things like podcast, doing things like watch a movie, just relaxing and chilling. That's typically my night routine. My night routine is 100% everything to do with me, things that I feel like doing. Sometimes I might just start writing a blog. That forms part of my night routine. But the most important thing is I don't do anything. I'm at rest, I'm at peace, I'm just relaxed. But I don't fall asleep immediately, that's for sure. I don't fall asleep immediately. I'm not that type of person that your head hits the pillow and off you go. No. It takes me, I'm awake. I'm awake for good reasons. We're of that age that we've got the menopause going, so I'm not really fighting myself with that. But my night routine is once I'm in bed, sat up, like I am now, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling with social media. I'm chilling with planning my day for the next day. I'm chilling with watching a movie. I'm into this crime series, true life crimes, and the American people, and constantly wanting to kill each other or killing each other, and how they investigated it and caught them. That's what keeps me, my brain ticking over. I just think to myself, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. I don't know why the prisons must be is full. The prisons in America definitely full of them, because they just keep shooting each other. And I'll keep reflecting on the fact we have no guns in the UK. Maybe that's why half of us are still alive. If not, it's so pretty easy to just kill your partner and say, oh, self-defense. Oh my goodness. Never mind. Yeah. So my night routine, going back to my night routine, it is just me, myself, and I. Yeah. But I must say that my night routine also depends on the time of the year, the season, the country. This is winter, so by 4 o'clock it gets dark. So this being in bed at 7 is because it's winter, really, to be honest, to be fair, and it's because it's winter in London. My night routine last week, when I was in Nigeria, wasn't 7 o'clock in bed, for sure. Once I'm out of the country, my night routine is not 7 o'clock in bed. In the summer, my night routine is not 7 o'clock in bed. I think now it's freezing cold outside and I just can't be bothered. And that's the truth. And it's only for a couple of more weeks. And then where it starts getting lighter. And then I find that my night routine, I'm out and about and doing stuff. But I prefer not to walk around in the dark. So I got in just about 5 o'clock as it was getting dark. I was coming back home because I walked today. I had brunch in a cafe, and then I went for a long walk, and I visited my niece, nephew, my sister-in-law, and kept on walking, went for a spot of shopping, all walking on public transport. So by the time I was getting home, it was about 5. The time is about quarter to 9 now. So we had dinner and everything else, and yes, I'm in bed because it's dark outside. So I'm going to do some work. I have a couple of emails to send. So it depends on the season, my night routine, and it depends on the country, definitely. So at the moment, this 7 o'clock malarkey is because it's winter, and it's dark. But trust me, when I'm not in the country, there's nothing like 7 o'clock being in bed. You what? 7 o'clock? You must be joking. Yeah, I think it depends on the season. But all in all, I do have a night routine, which depends on the season. So I think for self-care, everything is how you feel. Your routines for night is going to go according to your state of mind, how you're feeling. Routines are quite important as well, but I'm pretty much flexible to the season and to the country that I'm in. That really reflects on what my night routine would be, and what it entails. In a couple of weeks' time, I'll be traveling to Marrakesh with groups of friends. Of course, night routine, will be different. A couple of weeks back, I had traveled to Nigeria for the weekend. My night routine then was different. So yeah, I think it's pretty much flexible. Like I've said, depending on where I am, my state of mind. Yeah. So why don't you reflect and think through what your night routine entails, and drop me a line. What time do you close for work? What time do you have your dinner? What time do you start getting ready for bed? Yes. What are the times? What does your night routine entail? I know people who have children is slightly different, because there's this whole routine. When my children were younger, I have to do the tidying up, do the dinner for everyone. But now I'm just feeding myself because everyone's all grown up. So what does your night routine entail? And do you put your head on the pillow and sleep right off? I personally like an earlier dinner, because as we get older, you can't eat one. You have your dinner and you can just really. It's not advisable to fall straight to sleep. So again, it depends on where I am, because obviously when you're on holiday, you're quaffing everything down your throat, food and drink, and you're falling asleep really. But anyway, let me know what your night routine is.